Hello everybody, this is Emily Norris with EB in Music. I wanted to share this video with you today about what you do if a student or me, the teacher, is absent. Okay, so let's talk about student absences first. As you can see in the policy that you sign, if a student has to be absent for whatever reason, you have three options for that lesson. The first option is the swap list. There is a checkbox in your policy about having your information put on the swap list. This is for if, for instance, there's a week where maybe you have an appointment and you can't make it for that lesson time. You can call or text a person on this list to swap spots with them just for that week. The second option is an online lesson. So if you are usually in person with me, and if for some reason you can't make it to in person, so maybe you are a little bit sick enough to miss school or work, but maybe not sick enough to miss a lesson. And of course, I don't want you to come here if you're sick, right? So the online option is for you. I try my best to give really good, engaging online lessons so you feel like you did not miss a thing with not being in person. And the third option, if the swap list or the online lesson does not work, the third option is for me to record an instructional video. So what I will do during your regular lesson time is I will sit and record a video tailored exactly to you, the student, on what to work on for next week. I spend your lesson time recording it and editing it, and then I export it at the end of the day and send it to you at the end of the day. And these are some things that the student can work on throughout the week, and I've had great success with this. I think a lot of people really like this option in order to make up the lesson. Now, many of you might wonder, well, why don't you give makeup lessons? Can't I just, schedule another time to come and do a makeup lesson? I really wish my schedule allowed for individual makeup lessons. I stay full 99% of the time, so it's almost impossible for me to schedule a specific makeup lesson. So that's why I gave these three options, so you know that your money is still working for you. So those are the three options for if a student is absent. Okay, now let's talk about teacher absences. So if I get sick, have a family emergency, or I have an internet or computer issue if you're an online student, this is what I do in order to make up those lessons. So as you can see in the policy, it says that I will be available for 40 lessons throughout the year. So if I have not been available for a lesson, I have breached the contract, right? So in order to not have breached the contract, what I've done is I have added 1 week that I call a flex week. And I add this week at the end of each semester. I add it at the end of summer, the end of fall, and at the end of spring. This flex week is a week that is not included in the 40 weeks, so you do not pay for this week. It is not included in your tuition. It is just for if I have had to cancel a lesson for something that was on me. So if you hear me talking about a flex week where there's no lessons, that is true most of the time. You probably will not have a lesson for that week because I probably have not been absent for your lesson. However, you will definitely hear from me and we will schedule a flex week lesson if I have been absent at any time. Now, you might have noticed that I said you don't pay for this week, but my tuition stays the same each month. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, let me take a moment to explain that. Okay, so here is my cost per lesson, and this is how many lessons I provide throughout the year. You multiply this number, and you get this number. This is for 30-minute lesson students. That is your tuition for the year. So I just went ahead and added all of the lessons. It doesn't matter how many are given in a specific month. That's your yearly tuition, and I just divided that yearly tuition by 12 because I give lessons throughout all 12 months. And then this is the number that you have if you are a 30-minute and a 45-minute student. So that means whether you have 2 lessons that month or 5 lessons that month, you still pay the same because it's an equally divided tuition. Think about it like college, right? You pay the same college tuition no matter if there's like a spring break week or like a Thanksgiving break or if you miss a class, right? Tuition is always the same because your tuition pays for more than just the lesson time with me. It pays for a lot of other things. It pays for the time I spend outside of lessons, planning them. It pays for materials, for books, taxes, insurance, all of that stuff is all included in your tuition. So I hope that gives you some peace of mind on why you pay the same amount but might not have the same amount of lessons each month. I really hope this video was helpful and it answers a few questions for you. And as always, feel free to text me, email me, call me with any questions you might have. Thank you everybody, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.